It's like takes.
So today we're gonna be talking about a book we're reading in class called Frankenstein. Frankenstein was a book made in the 1700s by author Mary
Forgetting our
Shelley,
guest author.
and she is gonna be described by our guest author Lucas Crocodile Chapman.
Don't laugh.
So how do you think Mary Sheldon and Frankenstein came to be? I don't know her last name.
It was in a contest with her friends, and she submitted the book anonymously, and she ended up winning.
Let's go.
W
This sounds
for
so
women.
big, by the way.
Except she was a woman. And women
Dun, dun.
don't have rights.
Any
In that
moment-
time period.
in that time period.
In that time
In
period.
that time period.
Women
In that time
did not have
period.
rights in that time period. So that's why she did it anonymously, because she would have been like, hey guys, I'm a woman just trying to get my work out there. People would have been like,
No.
No.
exactly.
Your facial expression.
So
Special.
in the book that she wrote, right? Book. Frankenstein is described as a dude who got the yellow patchy skin, right? Because you know he's made of different body parts.
Yeah.
And then his eyes are like,
Black with bags under them and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
oh, they're white.
They're white eyes with black bags under them.
Yeah.
A bunch of bags. You remember
Yeah,
that?
I
Just like
remember.
Sam.
Oh wow. All right, and then
This
he
one.
also he's very big. Like he got like, you know what I mean? Like he got the complexion. Well, he doesn't have a complexion. 'Cause, you know, he's like
He was yellow.
he's yellow.
He was yellow.
Yellow. I don't see. That's the thing. In the book, he's described as yellow skin, but in
But
the,
like in the modern way that they're described, he's like a green dude with bolts on his neck and all this. Which, by the way, the like electricity thing, the electricity shock, that was never in the book. That was like from the movie.
yeah, but they figured out that the movies said it because the alchemy at the time, it was saying that electricity was like the key to starting life. So then they were like, you know, yeah, we talked about it in class. If somebody was listening,
I was listening. What do you want about?
you sure you weren't on TikTok?
I wasn't on TikTok.
Sure, with
They were doing what was it, Galvanism or something?
Galvanism. That's the entire point of it.
I don't even know how to spell that. All right.
That's how Mary Shelley got the idea for Frankenstein. Galvanism in her
So,
time.
would y'all like to talk about the mood of the book?
The mood.
Not gonna lie, the mood was like boring. And
It was.
nerdy.
No, the way it was written was so fucking.
Okay, so that was the tone. I'm talking about how the book made you feel.
Beep it up.
How the book made you feel.
The book
It
made
was
me
boring.
feel extremely bored.
Okay, I'm
because
not
it
talking
was
about you
so
personally.
long.
I'm talking about how the author would want you to feel about the book.
The
Oh,
author would want me
like-
to feel
Disappointed in humanity.
disappointed in humanity.
Because they like destroyed Frankenstein and called him like a monster and dehumanized him, when all he's trying to be was just another person.
And that's the main, like, that's gonna connect us to societal issues today. Frankenstein, he didn't ask to be born.
Right.
He was just created, and then his creator was like, boop bump, just like black fathers, right?
Huh?
So basically, the moral of the story is racism was very prominent. But I mean, it wasn't really racism because he didn't have a race, you know. He was just right, oh, my career, right. But look, he just wanted to live. Even his own creator, he went back to his creator. Hey, look, I know how to read. I'm illiterate. I'm literate, and I like studying. And his creator was like, womp womp, and he didn't like him anyway. So I feel like Frankenstein just wanted to prove that he could be useful, and then the person that he wanted to prove to be useful to didn't even want him. Which relates to abuse.
right.
If you or somebody you know is being abused, please call in.
Yapping! Oh my gosh! Yapping!
Bloody blabbering, fluent in yapping. Anyway, so
Absolute waffling.
well, which also relates the way Frankenstein and the people of Frankenstein at the time when the book was released. It relates to how we see AI and robotics as something that is not fictional, but something more of like near future. There. This is for a grade.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, and it relates to how the people of the time were scared that this could be a possibility. Well, now we see it as just. Go ahead.
No.
Please stop the recording.
Don't stop.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're already this far.
Connections to modern stuff. All right, so basically, we just talked about racism and discrimination, but you also have to realize that Frankenstein, he was never really brought to life. He just connected a bunch of body parts, and Frankenstein was like, poof, I'm here. and that relates to breeding and fertilization. So basically, what happens? You have a thing in your pants, right?
Brother!
And
Cut,
then-
cut, cut, cut.
Burn
We're cutting that. I'm bleeping the entire thing out when I edit it.
Just put like Adult Swim on the side.
Adult Swim. I will put Adult Swim on the
Ah,
You're just gonna put like an emoji over my face and fast forward through it.
or like the cursing emoji over his face.
We're bleeping it out the entire and we're gonna cut it.
Are you gonna put subtitles in this or something?
Please
Probably.
don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Like,
Is that gonna be like half the screen size?
All right, so our favorite part of the book collectively is the part where Frankenstein kills William. We don't necessarily see what happens to him, but we hear it from the narrator's POV or not the narrator. We hear it from Frankenstein, the doctor himself. Wait, did I just call the monster Frankenstein?
good job. Good
Okay,
job.
so we hear about the monster that Frankenstein created who killed his brother from Frankenstein's POV. Frankenstein's like, wait, the girl would not have killed my brother. She wouldn't have been able to choke him. Frankenstein, I haven't seen him in a minute. My brother, no.
And then he has an entire mental breakdown.
And then he goes walking, and then he sees a bunch of nature. And then he sees a thing running at him, and he's like, stay back, monster. And the monster's like, and then he still keeps running. And then he's like, follow me. Because it's the monster that he created. And then they go talk.
What do they talk about?
What do they talk about?
See, in the book that I read, that I definitely did read in that chapter, they talked about his consequences and Frankenstein being like grieving over his mistakes. The most annoying part of reading was definitely reading the actual book.
Oh my god, the actual book.
my
Dude, it was so bad.
Why was it so small? Like, I genuinely remember we went to lunch one time and I fit it in the back pocket of my jeans.
On accident?
No, genuinely. I took the
Oh,
book
yeah.
and I put it in the back pocket of my jeans. We got to the entire class. I still had that book in my jeans. I was just,
No.
what?
Why are there like 800 words on one page, man?
And like the whole page isn't even filled, so like some of the words are cut off, and like you could just move over the words and it would be filled.
Exactly. Like I would listen to the audiobook and I would fast forward it, and I'd spend like 6 minutes on one chapter because of how fast I would fast forward it. But if I read it normally,
God. I started reading it. I got through chapter 1 in like a day. Got through chapters 3 to
Freaking.
yeah, freaking, yeah.
I'll flip it out. I'll flip it out. I'm bleeping out most of this. I'm bleeping out most
Please don't.
I don't want to hear.
I'll just cut out the audio.
But like what? You got 3 to 4.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
3 to 5. No, it was like 3 to 7 or something like that. In like 2 days.
Try hard.
No, because I had the audiobook and I put it on 2 times speed.
Oh,
It was so annoying.
I read the
hated
graphic
it.
novel because it was just easier.
I would have picked up the graphic novel, but I did not have enough like
Time.
brain power. I didn't because I was sleeping, man. So I was like, I'll take a nap while I listen to the book, and I'll stay like half awake.
So what are your thoughts on Victor Frankenstein? Me personally, I think wasn't he getting rizzy with his stepsister?
Oh my god, bro.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Like, for real. It wasn't really his stepsister because they weren't related. It was like her mom died and his parents was like, come. So then she did come. So then
came.
she was in their family, right? And Victor was like, dang, Shaw, you kind of bad. And she was like, and then he left for college because bad things happen. Womp womp.
Womp
So
womp.
then the next time he saw her, she was having a mental breakdown and he was feeling guilty, so they didn't really get a chance to get rizzy.
Now that is wild.
It's so wild.
Anyway,
I'm keeping that in.
Keep
I feel
all this
like Victor as a person, he had the right mindset, but he did not execute it whatsoever. Cause how you go from man, I sure do love alchemy to let me create this guy. That doesn't make any
For
sense.
real though, yeah. Like, how do you do that?
I feel like he wasn't even like enabled or anything. Like there was no enablers. I guess you could count the professor that he talked to, but he wasn't enabling him. He was just curious, just as Frankenstein was. Except Frankenstein took it from an 8 to a 45.
Right.
He went to auditoriums. He went to graveyards and crematories and all this stuff to craft a dude. And then when the dude got crafted, he was like, "Oh, wonder how that happened," and then left. Like
Left
what?
him to die out there
Exactly.
like a black phone.
Dead.
I can feel it.
Anyway, but it was like really irresponsible of him to like just like dip out because he was
Create this
scared.
like, huge monster and
Right.
then just dip. Like,
It was so messed up in the way that like, how are you just gonna leave your child there in the table, speaking gibberish?
In this, on the table,
Oh,
he can't speak, can't read. All he knows is motor functions, and that you're the guy who created it.
right.
And not only do you be like, "God, gee willikers," you also run out the house. Don't
Get
come
sick.
back.
He got sick.
Got
after-
sick. Don't even come back for like the half the night. Then when you do come back, bro's gone. You're like, oh well. Like you're not gonna go look
What's
for
wrong?
him. Like that was your own fault. I'm glad your brother died.
Fuck.
Oh wait, he can't hear this. Never mind. All right. Talk about the creation of the creature. You want to talk about the creation of the creature?
the creation of the creature. So he was like put together by like a bunch of body parts and stuff, right? That he found in the yard and a crematorium, right?
Mhm.
Like, why would you just? Why would you just go into like some random place and just take random people's body parts? It's like so peculiar and odd.
It is. It really
Like,
is.
and
Especially since like those people are dead. Like they can't even fight back. Why would you just like? I'm assuming he didn't take the whole body. He probably was like, ooh, an arm, gung, 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 and then put it on the body. So like that's just kind of messed up.
I really hope this ain't presented to the class.
Oh, I really hope so.
Actually, that would be funny if it was.
No, it would not. Oh, it would be
We're leaking. Don't expose any bad information. That would be fun.
He lives at 1-2.
I swear to you.
I forgot to bring my wallet.
It don't matter. Didn't you order stuff?
I was going to, but $15 for some chicken is outrageous. Well, that's off topic. Okay.
That's off
Yeah,
topic.
off topic. So yeah, the creation, just like taking people's random like body parts and skin and stuff, like that's so gross. And the teeth, like I just can't imagine like what I had to go through.
That gave me a mental image of it.
Besides your teeth, yeah.
That just sounds very bad and disrespectful.
How did the police not catch him?
What?
Like, is
I mean,
nobody patrolling the graveyard?
Well,
that
no. Not at that time because they only started doing that because when rich people died, people would like, ooh, gold teeth, and then they would sell it.
That's a good one.
All right, so
Connections in regard to what Frankenstein was to 1818 people versus what AI plus / robots are to us. So I think robots, they're like outcasts, you know? Nobody uses them until character AI. We don't talk about character AI.
We don't talk about character AI. We don't talk about.
But like you know, that's how the monster was. Not Victor
oh
Frankenstein.
wait, keep talking.
But yeah, like the monster, he's like AI to us. Like it's so like weird and stuff how it got created so fast. Where did he go?
No clue.
But yeah, you know, let me hear your thoughts on that.
So I feel like if we go down this path,
Enemy spotted.
so I feel like if we go down the path of where we're going, in
On a
regards,
side note, this Coca-Cola was created with artificial
Shut up,
intelligence,
bruh.
and this is like the worst flavor I've ever had. So when we say they're outcasts, I feel like we should really just say that they suck at what they do. Cause
okay.
I mean, like obviously AI is good for stuff, but the cons kind of outweigh the pros. You know what I mean?
We can wrap that up. We're at like 13.
So how is Gavinism portrayed versus how it actually ended up working IRL? I think Lucas has this one.
How was Galvanism portrayed versus how it actually ended up working IRL? It didn't work IRL because they only got like an eye to move on like in a person. So they were never actually able to make it work. Sam?
So
I need your
basically,
thoughts.
and on the book, it's described how like with electricity and how the body works and electricity in the body. But IRL, what's going on is that the best we got out of galvanism was. I have to clean that up. I have to clean this.
Hey,
entire-
say the topic.
Alright. Basically, as far as galvanism, as a like the human species, we got so far as to like, what are those?
Defibrillators.
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 I don't speak English. Anyway.
Electrical.
It-
Oh
it
my
can
bad.
do.
Well, I speak it bad. Stop.
Defibrillators.
Topic. And so, it's like a slight
Look, basically the dude Galvin, right? He went to go do the thing, and there's no like, the heart didn't restart. So medically, the thing didn't work. But he was like, guys, the eyes and the mouth move. So basically, I did it, and people were like, man, you are a womp womp. So then Galvanism today, we look back and we're like, that dude was crazy. You can't like bring somebody back to life if they already killed himself. Or in that example I just used, the dude was hanged. So he didn't really kill himself. His spine was probably like broken, or maybe he choked out. I don't know how long the rope was. I wasn't there. But defibrillators are the closest thing we have to restarting a human heart, because that's how we restart human hearts.
But yeah, like, you know, the electricity sends a shock into the body, into the heart, making it restart so they can come back to life.
I'm alive, and that's where they're saying it's alive from Frankenstein.
That came from the movie. That came from the
That came from the movie.
I just died
But
in your
Galvanism,
arms.
Galvanism is like, that's how that whole thing happened. It was like a ball, like boom, bam, bop, boom, and then Mary Shelley was like, meow.
What are you on about? I didn't get any of that either.
And yeah, basically, Frankenstein is a solid 4 out of 10 book. I would not read it on my own time.
No, sir.
But
Yeah.
for a project, it makes a pretty interesting thing. I mean, I feel like I could just summarize it right now, but like, yeah. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Subscribe and like the video. And if you don't,
Make sure to check out the patreon.com with
make sure to check out my YouTube channel.
I'm
Link in
actually ending
description,
the
guys.
episode now.